Hello, once more welcome to Release Your Mind. We will gonna continue from where we left off with the story of how are we gonna lose weight and what are the exact things actually they are stopping us to lose weight even though we are doing all the other things right. Could it be psychological? So last time we talked about emotional eating and comfort eating and how we are actually getting used to these patterns. And today we're gonna talk about other stuff which are telling us that we need to lose weight now. Okay, let's start. The first question usually I want my clients to ask to themselves is if they say they are doing everything correctly and they are still not losing it, and it might be psychological, I say, let's have a look. Why do you want to lose weight? Can you exactly tell me why would you like to lose weight? Sometimes when I ask this question, I realize that there's a pause and they don't necessarily know why they want to lose weight. So usually when we look at the motive behind losing weight, it might be something like maybe you just have a baby and then you have some extra kilos on and people are commenting about it. Or maybe you just had some sickness or something happened, and in order to that, or just sometimes it also happens in life, you suddenly gain weight and people are commenting on it. So people commenting on it on a negative way, unfortunately, not necessarily in a positive way. Sometimes society has, they pick on us. We don't know why they do that, but sometimes they just pick on us, isn't it? It is, research is going on to understand what is the reasons behind it. If we are hearing too many comments about, why did you gain weight? Did something happen? Sometimes they ask, are you depressed? Something happened? Or they gave us diet lists saying that, that might help, you're trying to lose weight, etc., etc. Or they were like, they don't even have to talk sometimes. There is this look, there is this things not said, but we all know what it, from the gestures and other things, we all know what they meant. So those kind of things sometimes can be really hurtful without us realizing it, even though we are 110% confident about ourselves and we know what to do in life with our physical appearances and with our goals and everything. Sometimes when we hear it again and again and again, of course, it has a mental effect on us. And we were like, okay, that's it. I need to lose weight. I'm going to lose weight. But because it is coming from outside, it does not necessarily mean that it is actually our idea. We are 100% fully committed to lose weight. Maybe we might be tired. Maybe we are not ready yet. But the society putting pressure on us, and don't get me wrong, with society I meant people close to us. It might be our husband, it might be our kids, it might be relatives, your mom, your dad, your sister, and other people, your colleagues at work, etc. When they comment about your weight and other things, then they put a lot of pressure on you. Of course, they don't realize it. They don't necessarily do it to make you upset. It usually happens even without them realizing it. Or there might be another reason behind it. For example, we might be thinking we are putting pressure on ourselves, we have that body image about ourselves, even though we are 40, 50, 60, 70, or we just had a baby or two babies maybe. Our body image says us, we are still looking at our picture when we were 19 years old and that kilo, and we are still trying to get to that point and thinking that when we gain back or when we lose this weight and go back to that kilo, we will gonna look great. But if we ask to medical practitioners, and you can go and look, search for it from internet and other stuff, you will see that actually it's not the case. So even if you go to the same kilo, it doesn't mean that you're gonna look the same. But unfortunately, sometimes there is this thinking in our minds without us realizing to go back to that kilo and we're gonna feel better or look better, etc., which is not necessarily very realistic. So it is okay to put a couple of kilos, not too much maybe, and of course I'm not a medical doctor, but that is what usually doctors say, with the age your ideal weight also changes a little bit. So maybe if you are in this kilo right now, you might not necessarily look good, but it may be you might be pushing it to come to that kilo. And then even though maybe you are really committed, maybe your body is not that committed, and or your body really struggling to lose it for different reasons. So that might be another thing. So it might be really good idea actually to again check our goal, and do we really need to lose that much weight? That is really important. Do we really need to lose that much weight? That is really important, again I'm saying. Why? When you need to lose weight, when your doctor tells you, when your medical doctor, when your GP tells you that you need to lose weight, then you need to lose weight, which means that you might be overweight. It might be causing you cannot walk anymore, or you are having health problems, and in order to get better and to be healthier, you have to lose weight. You might have some liver dysfunction, other things. So if your doctor tells you need to lose this weight, that's absolutely means that you have to work for it, and you have to do everything in your potential to be able to lose it, because again it is medical advice to be more healthy. Of course, every time we lose weight, it is a good thing. We should be losing, we should be in a normal weight, that's okay. But again, when our brain is working on other things, when physically we have too much on our agenda, it might be really difficult for us to lose it. So sometimes I also ask people, do you realize, first of all, again, first thing, do you really need to lose weight? How much important it is to you? And it is actually coming from inside, like deep down in here, not just in here, but in here, you feel like, yeah, I want to lose it, I really need to lose it, and I'm ready to lose it, I'm gonna do everything in my power, that type of thing. Because we all know that many people struggling with their weight loss these days, and it is quite difficult because you lose and you gain, you lose, you gain, you lose. So it's like, like a yo-yo diet type of thing. So it is really hard. It is really important to be committed. We really need to go back to that weight, and it is our own decision. It is not because some people are pressuring us, but we are really deep down inside really want to lose that weight. Then it is okay. We should try our best. And then we have a look to the other things. One of the things, again, as I said, maybe there are too many things on your plate, so you are unable to lose weight, especially new moms, especially if it is a first mom, if it is a first experience. We see that a lot, isn't it? You are sleepless, sometimes you cannot even find time to go to shower, to eat, to change your clothes, but still you are trying to lose weight in order to get back in shape or put that clothes on. In such times, I'm asking, is it really necessary? Don't you just buy a new pair of pants? Like, is it really important? Unless it is 35 kilo plus. What happens if you give yourself a little bit more break? Maybe 1 month later we can try again, maybe because you are mentally getting ready for many things, learning many things about motherhood and trying to adjust to your new life. There are so many things that you don't know. Could you be able to go back to work? Could you be able to do you need to stay at home? How is your relationship with the baby? How is your relationship with your husband's changing, etc., etc. Many things happening. Maybe you are suffering from baby blues still. So that is really important to answer all these questions. Sorry, I keep wiggling. Sorry about that. I'm trying to find the perfect spot, I think. So what does it mean? Sometimes when we push ourselves too much, our body says, our mind says, take a break, take a break, take a break. You should take a break. So maybe we should really listen to it, and we should take a break. And another thing we can do is, and that is really helpful if you are coming to a psychologist, maybe you are struggling with other things, so you need to talk and solve them first. Give yourself a little bit more time, and the time will come. It will certainly gonna come, but sometimes it is a lot on our plate. And do not believe what you are seeing outside. Do not believe what you are seeing on social media. People, who are just, losing the weight immediately, coming back to looking their polished, shiny selves immediately, and juggling with all these things and doing everything perfectly. That's not necessarily correct. Believe me, they also struggle. But of course, we don't share this on social media. We only share our most cherished, our most happy moments. We don't necessarily show people, ever see anybody coming out of the bed with their pajamas and her hair is like all over the place and taking a story or doing something on Instagram. No, we don't. Because we usually, again, as I said, try to share our perfect selves. That's what it is. Maybe human nature. Maybe we like to be liked, let's say, isn't it? Yes, of course, we all like to be liked, isn't it? We have a thing about it. So if you are doing everything correct but still not losing it, and then maybe thinking it's psychological, yeah, it is psychological. Your body trying to tell you, give me a break. I really need to hold on to these kilos in order to feel safer, or like I don't know what's going to come next. I am struggling with many things at the same time. Maybe I might need these kilos later on. So when you are feeling less tired, or when you have the time really trying to do your meal plan, if you're gonna start sports, what are you gonna start, and etc., then you should start. Because we see that many times people, because they get this pressure, they put themselves onto that pressure, but they have no plan, and then you are unable to lose the weight, because when the time comes, you don't have the food. You didn't even go shopping because you couldn't find the time, and then it just adds extra stress on your day, and then you are unable to lose the weight, and then you just eat something you find whatever is healthy, but at the same time you are dying of anger because you're so angry with yourself. You were like, why I didn't plan it from last night, type of thing. So instead, it is nice to have the time to put the plan together, to know when you're gonna go to the gym, to know when you're gonna eat what, and make sure you have the vegetables, etc. at home, and then you could be able to lose much easier. Why I'm saying this? Am I a dietitian? No, but it also has a psychological take. Being stressed about shopping, being stressed about chopping the food because you don't have the time. Sometimes, really, in these days' life, we don't even have the 15 minutes, especially during Corona times when all the kids are at home, husbands, wives are at home, or animals at home. So it is quite tiring, difficult, and so especially if we are coming, especially if our personality is kind of a perfectionist type, we might struggle even more about it, because we might be type of a person who could be able to do everything at the same time, and we also kind of blaming ourselves or not being able to do it, and we take ourselves as less, not anymore perfect, and then of course it also kind of shatters our self-respect on ourselves. So that might be the kind of the situation as well. So again, in the therapy room, we should study on that, we should work on that. It doesn't mean that there will be challenges in life, and it doesn't mean that we have to be doing everything all the time. And being a perfectionist, in the beginning it might sound like a good thing, but it is not necessarily a good thing. It really takes its toll. We really should try to stop it as soon as possible, because it really so much pressure on people's shoulders. So we should learn to take it one at a time, and not necessarily try to do everything at the same time, and to be able to understand if I have too many on my plate, if I am really unable to find time, or if I am finding excuses. Again, it is nice to talk with someone, and instead of trying to understand yourselves, it would be a good idea to talk to someone. Am I really busy? If I am busy, what type of solutions I can find? Maybe I can ask someone to help me, so I could be able to find more time, etc., etc. So that would be very nice to talk with some professional and to get some help. Sometimes it might be difficult for us to find or see our own things. It is easier sometimes for the people who are from outside to see what needs to change, what is not necessarily needed, but taking a lot of time of you during the day, and you can replace it with something more productive. So that's a good idea too. Another tip I can tell you is, again, if you are unable to lose it, instead of getting anxious, getting stressed, and beating yourself up about it, instead of all those things, what you can do is you can just try to keep the weight first. So that is the first thing. So if you are unable to lose, first thing, you will try to keep whatever your weight is. This is really important because people usually go from this way to that way, which means that, oh, I hit the table, sorry. So this way to that way, which means they either trying too hard, and then when they stop altogether and they eat whatever they find in buckets. So we do that, you know, because it is also like in order to punish ourselves. Like, because you can't do anything, why are you trying anyway? Just eat everything you find, you know, you just, you know, you will never be able to lose this weight anyway, type of thing. That's not correct. We are making a bigger mess of ourselves. Instead of doing that, we should really try to control it first, slowly. So as if you are, you know, eating chocolate all the time, and if you really like it, maybe you can try to do it in the mornings instead of before you go to bed. Or if you are waking up in the middle of the night and eating some things, maybe the first place to start might be just try to stop eating during the night. So that type of small steps. And we all know, in order to make it a habit, it needs at least 21 days to do it again and again. So then it will start to show. So instead of cutting everything at one moment, and yesterday I was eating the whole cheesecake and enjoying my life because I was, you know, I enjoy eating, and today I just eat 10 kilos of broccoli and no cheesecake, nothing what I like, but just the food that I really don't like to eat, but I have to because in order to lose weight. So that type of thing, it's just, you know, it's a really clear cut. Maybe instead of that, maybe you are a person who should be taking it slowly. This week I'm gonna stop eating from the fridge every night, and next week maybe I'm gonna try to make out my portions a little bit smaller, not too small, not half, a little bit smaller only. And maybe I will stop to put sugar into my coffee, or make it even less, or try to change it with something else. That type of thing. Maybe I'm gonna reduce my consumption of soda, etc. That type of stuff might be working better for you. So first goal always have to be to try to keep the weight what you are having. So instead of it's just gone anyway, or I'm gonna do a diet anyway, so let me eat everything I find, let me comfort myself with the whole cake. No, instead of that, maybe you should be better trying to control it, and then you will feel better about yourself, you will be more in control, and then there you go, you will achieve your goals, because now you set yourselves an achievable goal. Because from the previous times, you know that with such people, when I ask them how many times you attempted to lose weight in this way, by clear cut, and they were like 20 times. And then how many times did it work? And they were like 10 times. And how many times of these 10 times you gained the weight back? They were like every time. So there you go. It means it's not working. We should be trying to do slow changes, but at the same time maybe more permanent changes. Maybe we're getting it as good habits, and then it's going to be really useful for us in the future. Another thing is, of course, we have to make sure that we are not putting our brain into diet mode. We have to stop telling ourselves, I should be on a diet, I'm eating everything wrong. If you are eating something, enjoy it. If you don't enjoy what you are eating, believe me, it doesn't bring you any good. I don't think so. So if you are eating something, try to be present. Try to do a 100% conscious decision about eating it, and enjoy it. Enjoy that. Otherwise, if you are feeling guilty, but at the same time, God, I'm eating it, but I can't stop myself, that's really not nice. You're just torturing yourself. So better enjoy it. If you're eating it, just enjoy. And then try to tell to your brain, just I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do more healthier choices. So if I'm eating 10 things that I like, enjoy, but not so healthy today, I'm gonna try to reduce it for my own sake, for my own health, to 8. And then maybe in 2 weeks time I'm gonna reduce it to 6 things, and then I'm gonna reduce it more and more things, etc. Another thing is not being able to lose weight is just make sure that you are doing it correct. That's really important before coming to the psychologist and saying that I am just, I'm just psychologically stuck. I am unable to lose weight. My body is having this thing. Because we all know that when we have a clear mind, when we don't have not necessarily many things, and we are kind of in a relaxed mode, it is really easier to lose weight. It is much easier. But on the other hand, when we are running, when we are trying to deal with too many deadlines, it might be really hard to lose weight. So on the other hand, we should make sure that we are doing everything correctly. What I see is people usually try to do their own diet programs, or sometimes they just go and blindly get these things from internet, from somewhere, and they just do these one-sided diets, and they just simply don't work, or simply they do things thinking that it is good sports, but without realizing that maybe they have some back problems, maybe they have some other problems. So they strain something, so they make their lives difficult in the future, because now they have also some physical problem. They cause themselves to have some physical problem. So we should be really making sure we are actually doing everything correctly, and we are not actually harming ourselves. And it might be the reason why we are not losing the weight. Because I know some people, for example, some people say, I only eat once a day, but it's a big meal. And of course, again, I'm not a doctor, but I was like, maybe you should ask that to your doctor, to your dietitian. And usually what I get feedback from them is they eat one meal, but then it is absolutely not suitable to them, etc. So that might be another reason. It is important, until we find the perfect way to lose weight, it is still not our way. Even though it might sound really scientific, it might sound really helpful to others, it doesn't mean that it's going to help us. Unfortunately, how we proud of ourselves being so unique, we also, when it comes to our problems, we are also unique. Maybe it is a downside of being unique, but it is what it is. So we are unique on that as well. We will be very happy to help. Usually, yes, gaining weight, losing weight is very much related with the body image. Body image is one of the things I really like to work with my clients from different ages. Especially these days, we work a lot with teenagers. Before, it was usually always expected to be a teenager girl and trying to lose weight, trying to not gain weight. But these days also, we are also working with teenager boys as well. We can see the pressure that because of the images we have seen during the day, it causes a lot of perspective in our mind, and we believe that we have to look that way in order to be beautiful, and there is no other definition of beautiful but that. So we really put a lot of pressure of ourselves to fit in that box somehow. So please remember, we are all beautiful in our own unique way. I know it is a cliche, but it is true. At the end of the day, it is really correct. And if we are not losing weight, and if it is not a life and death situation, why lose it now? Like, maybe, let's have a look at it. Let's look deep down why you are not being able to lose weight. Maybe it's trying to protect you, maybe in a way, of course. So then we will make sure that you are actually getting to your goal. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoy our videos. We would like to hear from you, your questions, especially if you're an expat. If you would like to talk to someone online, please let us know. We will be very happy to hear from you, and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you very much.